Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, I will do a love reading today. I have been asked to do a specific reading for romantic partners, and I can try to do that. And I've done a couple of signs now, and it's really fun. So I'm happy I got the request, and I'm happy that I followed up on it. And it's going to span for over 2 weeks. So starting today, which is the 31st of October, and ending on the 13th of November. And I've done Scorpio before, so I really paid attention to the fact that it's a lot of, like, we start on the 3-1. I just love numbers, and it feels like it has a significant meaning. It starts on 3-1 on the October month, which is a 10, so it's a 3-1-1, and then it's ending on the 13th. So we continue with 1-3 in the 11th month 1-1. So it's like it's a lot of threes and it's a lot of ones, and the 1 stands for a lot of new beginnings, just starting fresh, starting over, starting again, and with the 3 coming in, it's just, and specifically for the love reading, it just means playfulness, fun, creativity. It can be a lot like for the workplace, but take whatever resonates with you as well. If it has a significant meaning, like 1331, 13, 31, it also ends, like if you blend them together, that matches with a 4, and 4 just stands for the heart. So I feel like there's a yummy period starting for you guys right now. And I'm so happy that we got to do that. It falls right under these numbers and to do a love reading. And it's just perfect, I feel. Anyway, so this reading on here on YouTube is going to be for you, Sagittarius, who is either in a committed relationship, meaning you've been with your person for quite some time. You feel really like it's you and your person. And whether you're married or not, it's in a committed relationship. And for a single Sagittarius says, so for both. And then I'll do an extended, and the extended is going to be about your person, where your person is in a relationship to you, where they're at in their life at this moment in time, both for committed and for singles. I won't promise that I'll do the extended. I did that up until the 6th sign, I think, and then all of a sudden source didn't come through with an extended, so I think there will be an extended, but let's see what happens. Okay guys, we're still in Scorpio season 2, so you're feeling this one. It's a really deep feeling out there, and feeling it in love, feeling it in your emotions, feeling it, like just feeling it. So take that into consideration as well for the upcoming 2 weeks. But it's still a gorgeous energy. I feel like I haven't reached out to you from several people saying, what the hell is happening? I feel so bad. I feel like so under the weather. I don't know if I want to live anymore. I don't know, like that sort of like anxiety, panic, the whole shebang. So I get that it's a tough energy, but equally on the other end, how tough it is, that's how light it is. So if you do a better job at getting your way up to the light end, there's some beautiful energy to feel these days. Wow. What did I say? Yeah, so I want to show you first which cards I got before there's 3 cards, and I'm telling a story, so I'll dive deeper into these cards for you guys. The first card is called Children. The second card is called Sensuality. And the third card is called New Beginnings. What did I say? Begin your new life, Phoenix Rising. And Phoenix is just all about the Scorpio season, just the transformation that's going on. It's just a perfect match. So let's start with you single guys. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Okay, so for single Sagittarius, which is Skytten in Swedish, so for all your single skyttar out there, I feel like you're really gaining you're gaining power again. Like the tiger for me stands for power, just pure, true power, authentic power, not manipulative power, not the way that you need to get somebody to do something for you, not that sort of power. Just feeling freaking unmovable, unshakable, like you're in such balance that whatever gets thrown your way, whatever somebody says, whatever somebody does, it doesn't shake you one bit. You're just solid as a rock, or as a tree, or as a whatever. And I feel like you've gained this power back, or you're in the midst of gaining it back. So there's a little child next to it, and the card is called Children. So in terms of love, this is a love reading. I feel like this is like finding love for yourself, like loving that little inner child, loving your heart, being not so hard on yourself, not so judgmental, not being so judgmental, like dömande, not have the harsh energy that you should be better than this, or you should be more stable than this, or blah, blah, blah. Just loving that little inner child, that vulnerable, sensitive child, is what is going to bring you to the pure true love that you're seeking right now. That's what it feels like. And like I said, either you just found it, you just feel so invincible, not to be confused with invisible. Invisible is osynlig, which means you don't exist. Invincible is oövervinnelig, like nothing gets to you. And I feel like that's what you're stepping into. And to truly, purely step into that power, you need to love your inner child. You need to love whoever got beaten down, whoever got, maybe not loved as a child, maybe not seen as a child, and not maybe thinking you're worthy of true, authentic soulmate love. I feel like that's what you're doing now. You really are taking your time to heal that inner child and to really find that power again. So it's a beautiful thing for you single Sagittarius is out there right now. That will bring you to this. This is such a sensual card. It's very sexy. It's very charismatic. It's a sexual, sensual feeling over this. It's very... I don't know how to explain the energy. It's very feisty. Do you know the word feisty? I don't know it in Swedish. I'll just leave it. And if you see up there, there's a guy in the wings lifting the veil. So whether this is you being a woman or a man, or whatever sexual preference you have, there's somebody coming in, lifting the veil. And I think that however many people that has crossed your path over the years, because you're coming into your true, authentic power, I think that not until now, you purely are becoming who you are. Before that, you were sort of just a version of yourself, or a fraction of yourself, or an image of yourself, just a tiny, percentage of yourself. But because you're coming in so completely to who you are for the first time, probably ever in this lifetime, the person lifting the veil, which means there's somebody coming in, Sagittarius, very soon, I feel, that you're getting ready for. There's somebody lifting the veil to sort of just lift the last piece to just see completely all of you. And that's obviously you who have been able to now sort of access your true inner self to allow. You see, this is, I always talk, when I get this card, I always talk about how your cup is now overflowing. It's not half empty or even half full. It's nothing half anymore. It's full, and it is becoming full anyway. And so you can start to overflow in the most pure, authentic way, not to be validated, not to be to seek love, and not to sort of, if I do this, can I get approval? If I do this, do you love me then? No, nothing of that anymore. That was probably before this. Probably before this, you did a lot of things to get approval from somebody. To be worthy of love, you needed to do a whole bunch of things. And now it's like, I found myself. I'm so in balance. I know who I am. And that's why you're now able to attract a person. And I was going to say pin them down, but there's nothing more wrong in that expression ever. Not pin them down. Whether you felt in the past that you probably have met somebody that has matched your energy, that somebody that like really could bring out the best in you, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't meant for them to stay. It wasn't meant for them to stick, if that makes sense. And so now it's meant for them to come in and stay. They're here to stay. There's something about that the Spirit wants me to say. They're here to stay. So maybe you've been left a lot in the past, or maybe you have left somebody in the past a lot, or you just have felt really like even being in a relationship, you feel like you've been on your own. Not anymore, Sagittarius. This is you guys having a full cup overflowing, and somebody's coming in to lift the final veil, like the thin veil, to just ta-da, here's the full of you and a full view. And so here's your new beginning. Here's your brand new beginning. It's so beautiful. It's my phoenix rising, but there's peacock feathers, and the peacock to me stands for soulmate connection. So there's somebody coming in, and do you see how proud you are? Do you see how you have come out of something? You know purely who you are. You know yourself now. Like you're Sagittarius is the fire sign, and you're sort of, the sun is right behind you, and the sun is sort of you're as on fire as the sun is. It's just the sun is almost like your reflection, and then you have the fire beneath you. It's just, you're just on fire. It's like you purely have come into your element. Your element is fire, and it's like you finally have come into that element. Before you were sort of tiptoeing around it, and now you become it. This is what's happening for you, Sagittarius. I'm sorry, this turned into a full reading for the single Sagittariuses. I promised for committed as well, but for some reason, Source wanted to take the whole reading for. This is very important for the single Sagittarius right now. And it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous where you have ended up. I'm not saying ended up, because there's a constant evolution of who you are. But it's just so strong who you were before this and who you are now becoming. It's such a different version of you. It's so different that if somebody, maybe not your parents, I don't know, but if somebody saw you 5 years ago or even 3 years ago, and they will see you a year from now, they probably won't recognize you. That's how different of the energy I feel. So take that energy and feel what that is attractive to. You will now attract what matches this type of energy. And you won't feel alone anymore, because you've completed, whether in a relationship before, like I said, if it feels like you felt like you were in a relationship, but you were still not in a relationship. You were in it with yourself, just trying to please. Because that's what you do when you don't have enough of you. You try to please everybody else so that it'll be enough. And now you're enough within yourself, and so now you don't have to please anymore, if that makes sense. And so now finally you can attract somebody that doesn't need pleasing, not in that sense anyway. if you get my drift. And yeah, and then the cup is full and you're overflowing, so it's not empty, it doesn't need to be filled up anymore, it's already full. And now somebody's coming in into the wings here. They're lifting the veil and like, hello, here I am. And with the peacock feathers here, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, Sagittarius. If you resonate with this message whatsoever, you probably will resonate with the extended as well. And so the extended is down below in the description box. Sorry guys for committed. I'll do that next time probably. Can never promise anything. This is what came through this time. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the extended. If I don't, then I hope to see you next week. Take care. Bye.